Let's get back on the journalism train here. The presumptive favorite of the Kentucky Derby. He had his final drill yesterday. But, Joe, we're going to go through his Santa Anita Derby, and we're going to take a look at this. How did you see this? This was an eye-popping performance because of what he had to do. But let's take it right out of the gate.
Yeah, so where is he? The number 2 right there. So hold on, let me see if I can look like Umberto here. Okay, so he's just...
That's him on the rail there, orange and green, the one
sorry,
horse.
the one hole, I'm sorry. Yeah, so he's laying perfect right here right now. So he's just third on the rail here. You could see he gets a little bit rank and his head gets up. So Umberto has to take a hold, so now he kind of made a couple moves. That was one move. So now to me, he's perfect right here. But you see, he still has a pretty good hold. His head was one to come up. And then he goes down again. So we spoke about that earlier. Umberto has a little loop in his rein like that. So to me right here, he's perfect in a really good rhythm going along down the backside. So right here, Umberto's just pretty much biding his time. And then I wish we had a drone view, but Juan Hernandez on his outside actually came in and made it pretty tight on him. And then he's fine here right now. So again, he's going along. You can see he's pushing him a little bit to keep his position going into the turn there. And then coming up, the number 3 is going to stop in front of him. This is where it got really bad. I mean, he had to hold up. His neck actually went that way to the right. And then now he's pushing along pretty good. I'm sure he said some choice words in Italian right before that happened. So this is what impressed me the most. He starts pushing him along pretty good, and he just really gets into a good rhythm. And then when he switches leads, he just takes it from there. Mike, I'm gonna need to blow out a candle.
You were up there a long time. Those thighs are burnt. Joe, let me tell you, that is the proverbial rail trip. What about from a jockey's point of view? You can sit in the grandstands. We watch it on the TV all the time. You can see what's going to happen before it happens.
Yeah.
You're down on the inside. Flavian Pratt was the one, I think, that kind of went out and Baeza, and he forced the hand and shut the door. As a jockey, what are you thinking when you're in that moment? He's like, I'm waiting to get out. I don't want to clip heels in front of me. I don't want the horse to back up in front of me.
And that's the thing, too. Like, you could see earlier in the race, journalism was pulling him pretty good.
Yeah.
So when a horse is pulling you like that versus relaxing, you're really just trying to get him to come back to you without checking too hard, which he did. Because normally, when you check, it's like riding a bike. It takes a while to kind of get that momentum back going. And a lot of horses, unless you're really good, don't make another run like that, which impressed me the most. But again, when he was looking in front of him, I think he knew the horse in front was going to stop, so he was trying to move his way out, but he couldn't because there was a horse right to his outside. So by then, you just really have to bide your time and wait. And again, it makes it tougher when a horse is strong,
sure,
because you don't want to take their momentum away from them. So you just have to be as patient as possible.
But he took the momentum away, and how rare is that for a horse to have the ability to be able to turn off, move outside, and then turn it back on again?
That's why I think he's an unbelievable horse. I mean, from experience, I can't tell you how many times, which is not a lot, when that happens at the 3-8 pole. And not only do you run on, but to win. I mean, that just doesn't...
You usually finish up 3rd or 4th.
Yeah.
Good effort.
And again, that was in the Santa Anita Derby. It's not like it was a 1-9 shot and a claiming race dropping down that was 10 lengths the best. I mean, that was the biggest prep in the nation.
But from your point of view as a jockey, it's one thing if you're on a Wednesday afternoon on a 20-1 shot and a 10 claimer, but when you're on the favorite for the Santa Anita Derby and you're just in a jackpot there, I mean, what's going through your mind? I mean, are you just sitting there, please let something open, or is it just going so fast you're
I think from experience too, like Umberto's ridden so many races, you naturally know it's a bad spot, so you just have to
sit and suffer.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, you just have to, again, be as patient as possible. And I think he knew the horse in front of him was a big long shot. I think another John Sheriff's horse. I'm pretty sure he knew that horse was going to stop.
Yeah.
And he was right behind him. So I think the whole way down the backside,
we can see it. We're going to have to show you the drone shot right here so you can kind of see where he was.
Yeah, this drone shot is incredible because it's going to really take in a view down the backside what Umberto was seeing.
Well, and you can also see where he is in relation to the rail, right? He comes out running straight.
Yeah.
They don't collapse right to the rail like you think they do on the pan view. It takes them a little bit to ease in there.
And that's the thing. Whenever you're in the one hole, you never really want to go straight to the rail. When you break, you actually want to come out a little bit.
Force everyone out a little bit, and then drop down on the turn, right?
And then, and then that way... See, so right here, this is where we showed you guys earlier, where he checked a little bit, but like right here, I think Umberto knows that this 3 horses 40-1, he's going to stop.
Well, and that's your homework. Like, as a jockey, you've got to know who's where and who's what.
Exactly.
Like, if you had a 1-5 shot in front of you, he's not going to come back to you, maybe.
So like right here, if I was Umberto, I would have just kept going out to at least which he's trying to do. See right here, he's trying to get to that 2 path right behind the number 2 horse, and I'm not sure who that was right to his
Barnes.
outside.
That's Barnes.
Barnes, yes,
But
with
it was
Juan Hernandez.
Flavian on Baeza kind of came over and forced everyone
So
tight.
he's pushing him, which is great race riding on his part. He's pushing the favorite journalism back to that
Look at that.
1 position because he knows the number 3 is going to stop. I mean, that's race
He's putting
riding.
elbows. Yeah.
That is A+ race riding.
It's a lot of contact right
And let
there.
me tell you, I think he's fortunate and lucky that Barnes stopped.
Yeah.
If Barnes doesn't stop, he would have had to check like that the whole way and probably didn't get out. You could see Barnes is 5th right now, stopped, and then journalism does the rest. But again, that was this drone shot. That was race riding to a T. Because you're supposed to keep the favorite that you need to be behind that other horse. I thought that was fantastic.
I think another thing this shows, Mike, yes, Baeza ran a good race. I'm not taking anything away from him. And he does come back there at the end. But he had a 6-7 length head start on
Right.
journalism, you know?
Yes.
He came and got him.
Those drone views are very revealing because
Yeah.
it looks far different in the pan.
Yeah.
And when you get to see that drone shot, one of the things that actually, he covered less ground than I thought because I thought he really had to angle out. But with that contact he was making with Barnes, he just kind of pushed his way out into the 3 path. I thought he had to go all the way out to the 5 path to get free.